Now there's several different levels of farm where recycling is ideal. There's level 30 because you get some building upgrades at level 30, and you can get rid of some of your smaller buildings and upgrade them to larger ones. Then there's 40-ish, and then the last one, which is when I prefer to recycle, is after level 73, because level 73 is when you are able to unlock your last land expansion. So first things first, obviously there's a lot of things going on this farm. It's got a lot to harvest. Inventory's full. I did do a little bit of prep work before I got here. You'll notice all my farm hands are back here at the end. And the reason for that is, and I did confirm this with the developers today, you don't want to keep paying them if you're just going to recycle them, because your tickets that you spent on them, you're not going to get the value of those back. So once they've run out of time, go ahead and move them. And the other reason for that is you don't want to have them feeding animals that you're just going to recycle, because you're not going to get the money for that feed back either. You'll get the money back for the animals, but not for the feed. So first thing we're going to do is look at inventory. And it looks like we have enough space to go ahead and harvest. So we're going to go through and we're going to clear up everything. Harvest absolutely everything. Feed absolutely nothing. Don't feed anything. Do not throw your money away because you're getting ready to recycle. And that's just wasting your money. So after you've done all that, and yeah, I kind of hate leaving those cotton candies there, but oh well, I've got other farms that have them, and I've already finished my quest, so I'm good with it. Now I'm probably going to just go ahead and ignore the full messages if they start happening, because I've actually already prepped this farm once. I'm doing it again just to show everybody how it's done. But you're basically going to clear it all, and yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to clear it all. Just the money part, the flowers, which is most of the farm. Now, if your inventory fills up and you want to get every last diamond out of it, if you're trying to eke every diamond, every coin, everything that you possibly can out of it, then every time you start getting close to full, go ahead and put down another store. And it's fine that you're spending these diamonds, because you're going to get them all back when you do the recycle function. So don't be afraid to just put a long row of little stores down to sell off whatever you need to, because here's the thing. When you start your game, you start out with 20 inventory slots. That's not a whole lot of space. So if you have more than 20 items in your inventory, which you would on a farm of this size, they're just going to go poof when you hit the recycle button. You're not going to get that money back. So you want to go ahead and sell everything that you can possibly sell before you recycle, and get your inventory items all down below 20, at or below 20. Really important if you're trying to save every penny. I'm just going to finish up this row, and then we'll go look at how to do that the quickest. Thank you. Yeah, this has come from a lot of trial and error. I've been doing this for a while. I've designed several different methods for recycle planning, leveling up, building farms that are heavy on diamonds, building farms that are heavy on money, and then trying for the perfect balance. And it really does depend on the person's play style as to how they build their farm. So there is no one method that's best. People say, oh, do this, do that. No, you do what works for you. what's going to work with your time schedule. And because yeah, while it's great that some of these flowers and plants give you so much money, you may only have a limited time every day to play. And when you get on, if you just planted a crop that takes 8 hours and you were just on 4 hours ago and then you got to go to work, then obviously that's not the best for you. If you're like me and you have a ridiculous amount of time to play, probably doesn't matter. But if your time is finite, you need to plan just a little bit if you want to optimize. I'm getting all the important things, you know. Not real sure what happened to the flowers over here and why there's a gap of them harvested, but whatever. I can't ignore gerberas. I'm sorry. Gerbera. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but they're what are they? 38,000 per harvest and 916 XP. So yeah, I'm not going to waste those. Okay, so ideally you would have gotten rid of everything. All the flowers, not gotten rid of, but harvested all the flowers, harvested all the crops. Don't bother plowing because it really doesn't matter. Harvested all your animals. Remember, don't feed anything. If you want to, go ahead and harvest all your trees. And then you're going to go through and you're going to sell off everything. You've got to get that inventory down under 20 per. Mine's pretty close because, like I said, I had already begun prep on this farm, so I'm not too worried about it. If you insist on eking out every single penny, there's some other options. Aside from the stores, you can go in your houses and you can start cooking jobs to use up the last of your resources until all your little gear wheels are gray, meaning you don't have enough materials. And as you can see, I have not decorated these houses. That's my rule, is you don't decorate until you have the money to do whatever you want. And actually, I think this farm is good to go because the inventory is pretty low. Again, I'm not harvesting everything because I already did it once, and yes, while it would be a lot of money, it would take a lot of time. Usually takes me about 2 hours, maybe a little longer, to get everything prepped, sold off, and ready. You want to check that you've converted all your gold nuggets into ribbons or tickets or whatever you prefer. You know, you're going to confirm that your inventory is good, your farm hands are out of the way so they haven't been feeding, and you're going to hit the button. So there we have a nice clean farm, and you'll notice that my houses are right where I left them. The houses are unaffected by a total farm recycle. That being said, you can still walk up to them and manually recycle them, which I don't recommend because they do take a long time to build. There's some other things that can be helpful, like if you want to plan your building in a different area, I recommend moving your bus stop before you recycle to where you wanted it, because, well, on a flat farm it really doesn't matter, but on one that has hills and mountains and stuff like that, rivers, the land's going to look really different after you recycle, and you may forget where it was you meant to be. So go ahead and move it.